I'm going to be going over 3 strategies to help you speed up your metabolism, to reactivate it, to lose weight, and to do that before this summer. And so we're not talking about months and months and months from now. We're talking about right now. And this is without giving up your favorite foods. This is without dealing with crazy cravings or feelings of starvation, and also without working out for hours, because those are the common things that people do when they decide that they're going to go get in shape, right? And I'm sure a lot of you guys can attest to the last time you tried to get in shape. That's probably exactly what you did. You gave up all the foods that you like. It was tough, and you worked out a bunch, and that was tough. So I'm going to show you how to avoid that. Okay. So I'm going to be going over quite a few things in this on this presentation. I'm going to be going over, like I said, 3 proven strategies. I'm going to be going over, and in those strategies is one of them is a pretty surprising way of basically, or I should say a surprising sign that you guys have a slower metabolism than what you should have right now, and also what you can do about it. I'm going to move my camera. My camera's in the way. Here we go. And the thing to do about it is actually a lot easier. I think a lot of the things that I'm going to go over in this call are going to be a lot easier than you guys probably imagine weight loss should be. So that's always exciting for me to explain. Then I'm going to go over a big reason that you might be struggling with cravings when you diet. Obviously, a super common complaint that we get, or not complaint, but just frustration when they diet on their own in the past, is they have a lot of cravings. And so I also have a tip that's going to help you minimize your cravings. I'm going to go over how to eat carbs and not worry about gaining weight from them, and how to actually use carbs as your friend instead of them feeling like they are your enemy. And then, like I said, 3 ways to reactivate your metabolism if you do feel like your metabolism is slower than it should be right now, or slower than your friend's metabolism, or whatever. And then also my favorite shortcut, and the number one thing that I recommend to speeding up your results, and I'm talking about results now. Like I mentioned, I'm not talking about getting results months and months and months from now. I'm talking about right now, so that you can literally see a dramatic shift in your body and how you feel by like May of this year. So in a couple months. And then also, I know some of you guys probably tuned in for this. We're also going to be giving one of you guys $500 cash at the end of this call. So that will be announced towards the end. So make sure that you guys are staying. And also, I have my team monitoring the comments. So the more active you are, probably a better chance of seeing your comments or seeing your name, and maybe more likely we are to choose you. I don't know. Just a hint. But yeah, so a lot of stuff. We're going to be going over a lot of stuff on this call. And like I said, I appreciate you guys being here with me. I know that you guys probably got a bunch of stuff stacked up for your weekend. And so because you guys are here, I wanted to make a promise to you guys and let you guys know that you are going to walk away from this presentation knowing exactly what to do. Okay? There's the frustrations, the confusions that come along with the process of losing weight can be overwhelming. And so I'm going to try to get rid of that for you. And I'm going to show you how to speed up your metabolism, how to start losing weight fast. And I will say it's probably not what you think. Okay. Now, one thing I always want to mention when I'm doing something like this is that, and I cannot express this enough, this is not going to be for everybody. Okay. There's not everybody who is on this call is necessarily needing to lose 15, 20 or more pounds. Some of you guys are in pretty dang good shape already, got a lot of this stuff figured out already. Or maybe you guys aren't necessarily serious right now. The other thing is, like, we're looking for people who are serious about this. We want action takers on this call. And so I'm hoping every single one of you guys that's commenting right now, you guys are already here on this call, whether it's 9 a.m., 12 p.m. for you, whether it's nighttime over, I'm not sure what time it is in Sweden, Poland. But you guys are here. And so that's a big first step. So I'm sure you guys are pretty serious, but if you're not, this probably isn't going to be for you, because this is for people who are ready to do something about the struggles that they've been facing, okay? Or if you just think that there's something wrong with your body. A lot of people think that they're just meant to be out of shape. They're not meant to be in great shape. And that's just simply not true. If you think that there's something wrong with your body, something wrong with your metabolism, we're going to show you how to fix that. Okay. Or if you think that you always hit a plateau no matter what you do, another thing that we're going to be going over today. Okay. Now, a quick intro about me. If you guys don't know who I am, my name's Vince Sant. Appreciate you guys being here with me. I'm one of the co-founders of V-Shred and Sculpt Nation, which is our supplement line. I'm a certified personal trainer. I've worked with tons of people, celebrities, non-celebrities, over the last 10 years, been working out 15 years, been doing this a long time. I've been featured in, pretty much every publication, NBC, ABC, Oxygen, Shape, Live Strong, LA Times, Chicago Tribune, Muscle and Fitness. And that's just the beginning of the list. And since 2015, I've been blessed to be able to help change the lives and the bodies of literally millions of people around the world. And these are people of all different ages, body types, all that. But in today's presentation, today, guys, I want to give you something that's what I consider a little extra special, okay? Because fact of the matter is, like I said, we've worked with a ton of people, and these are all different people. These are old, young, not old or young, maybe in the middle, and stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, people who work 9 to 5s, people who used to be athletes but have since gained some weight, people who are busy office workers and have never been an athlete, people who have lived in the gym before but maybe gave it up, people who have never stepped foot in the gym before, people who work weird hours, night shift workers, military members, you name it, we've worked with them, okay? And fact of the matter is, we are at the end of February now, right? So New Year's was 55 days ago, 56 days ago. January has 31 days, I believe. And a lot of you guys are probably still, some of you are maybe still trying to stick to your New Year's resolutions to get in shape. Maybe some of you guys have already fallen off the wagon. I'm not here to kick anybody in the butt for that. What I'm here is to get you guys moving on the right path moving forward, okay? And fact of the matter is, where you live, it's probably cold outside. So it's not super motivating to get outside and be active. You're probably tired. You're probably having a hard time staying motivated. Stress with inflation and just all the weird things that are going on in the world, your stress is probably up. Maybe it's stress from your job. Maybe it's stress from your family. And summer's right around the corner. So it may be winter now, but summer's right around the corner, and you might be a little anxious about the fact that you're not in shape for summer and you're trying to get in shape for summer. So what I wanted to mention really quickly also, and this is it's a pretty interesting fact, is that the seasons actually affect your metabolism. So they literally, your metabolism, like think of us like as like a bear. Like obviously we're not going into hibernation, but our metabolism literally speeds up and slows down depending on what we normally do going into each season. This is the biological change. There have been many studies that have been done on this. Maybe I'll talk about this more in the future, but your metabolism literally changes with the seasons. And so it becomes harder to lose weight. Whoa, my computer just went crazy. But it becomes harder to lose weight. What is going on? Your body starts working against you, and so like as those things change, studies show that like more people are dealing with what's known as metabolic syndrome around this time of the year, and so that's that shift in your metabolism based on the seasons, and then your insulin resistance goes up and your blood pressure increases, and this is again based on the seasons. And so what that does is it makes dieting and all your efforts that you're doing in the gym and with your food, it makes it feel like nothing's really working, and it makes you just feel tired. It makes you feel weak. It makes you feel run down. It makes you feel foggy headed, and it feels like no matter what you're going to do, nothing's really going to work for your body, right? And I've seen this happen to literally thousands of people, especially this time of year. And I've seen this happen to my mom. I've seen this happen to my dad. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of people blame themselves, right? How many of you guys have ever blamed yourself because a workout program or a diet didn't work. Well, they blame truth is, yes, sometimes the person to blame is ourselves because we aren't doing what we should, right? But then sometimes we are doing what we should and we do want it badly enough and we are super motivated and we are sticking to the diets and the workouts, but we're still not getting results. And so some people blame it on genetics, some people blame it on age. It's not genetics, it's not age. When people are struggling with this, they're usually 100% following through with it, but the scale either just doesn't go down, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can attest to this. The scale doesn't go down, so you're in this constant plateau, or the scale actually starts going up because you don't know why, right? You're trying all these different things, but the scale's actually moving in the opposite direction. And it doesn't matter if you do everything right. It doesn't matter if you stuck to your diet, if you drink a gallon of water, if you worked out every single day. So the question is, why? Right? Why? What is going on? And I wanted to use one of our clients, Olivia, as an example, because Olivia is about as good of a example as I could find. She's 54 years old. I think she's 54 years old still. She might be 55 now. And has 3 children. Children are in their 20s and the 30s. And she used to eat healthy. I wanted to actually use my mom for this example, but I didn't, because my mom's dealt with this exact same thing as well. But Olivia used to eat healthy. She talked about how she used to be in pretty good shape. But then when she got into her 40s, early 40s, that's when everything kind of started spiraling out of control. Her weight started going up. She started feeling like crap. Nothing she was doing was working like it used to. She gained like 25 pounds that following year. And then the scale got stuck around 195, 196. I think she said 196 pounds is like the number that like she couldn't get past, like she couldn't get under. And she's also 5'3", and so 196 pounds at 5'3", she's not feeling too great, right? And she found us last year, and she had gained even more weight over the holidays, and she was ready for it to be over, right? And she actually started following our Fat Loss Extreme program, which if you guys haven't checked out our Fat Loss Extreme program, Fat Loss Extreme is an amazing program. But she started following that program, and the first week, she said she dropped 7 pounds. 7 pounds in a week. That's literally a pound a day, which is insane, right? And how did she do that? Well, she started basically cutting out all her favorite foods, and she started replacing them with low fat, low carb, like the fat free versions. You go to the store, you can see you can find fat free on chips and yogurts and milk and whatever. You can find fat free on everything, right? She started eating only those. She cut out pop. She cut out wine. She cut out all these like higher calorie beverages, including Diet Coke, which I remember she mentioned that she used to drink multiple times every single day. She was getting on her elliptical. She actually had an elliptical at home, and she was doing that for 30 minutes every single day on top of the Fat Loss Extreme workouts. So the Fat Loss Extreme workouts have it's 4 or 5 at home or gym workouts, depending on what you decide every week. On top of those workouts, she was doing 30 minutes of cardio every single day, and she was weighing all her food. She was tracking everything. She wasn't going out to eat. She wasn't doing she had these big Sunday tradition family meals that she wasn't partaking in anymore. And so she was going all out, right? And I'm sure a lot of you guys have been there before where you go all out as well, and it looks like it's working in the beginning. You're feeling committed. Olivia was feeling committed, especially after gaining a bunch of weight. She was ready for things to be different, right? And hated how she was feeling, hated how she was looking. And this is another thing, guys, is like the health concerns that come along with weight gain and being overweight are serious. And she was now considered not overweight, but obese. And that was the term from her doctor. And so that brings on a serious concern about the state of your health, right? So it goes beyond just wanting to look better and wanting to feel better. It's about like real, actual health problems at this point. And she had been thinking about, like, I'm sure a lot of you guys have friends and family, or maybe you guys are currently struggling with people or being in your 40s or 50s and dealing with chronic health issues, chronic pain because of the weight gain. It never used to be there when you were in okay shape. Now you're not in okay shape, and it feels like everything is getting worse, right? Well, she didn't want that to be her, and I'm sure a lot of you guys don't want that to be you, right? She wanted to be there, like I said, for as long as possible. She didn't want her health to be a reason of worst case scenario, right? She wanted to be there for her kids, grandkids. She didn't want to give up this time. And so what happened was, first week she lost 7 pounds. Second week she lost another 6 pounds. And so by now she had lost 13 pounds. I think that math's right. Yeah, 13 pounds. Oh, it's right there. She had lost 13 pounds. And she was feeling good, right? You lose 13 pounds after 2 weeks. You're like, wow, I'm going to lose like 50 pounds in like 2 or 3 months, right? But then what happened, and I'm sure what happens to a lot of you guys, because I've watched this happen to my mom multiple times growing up, all the time growing up actually, is she lost that weight and then she hit a plateau. So weight stopped, the scale stopped moving. She wasn't feeling as good anymore. Her energy was getting lower and lower. She was actually starting to get much more irritated and moody because she didn't have the energy. She was hungry all the time. She was feeling bloated now. She was finding it harder and harder to actually find the motivation to go work out. And when she did find the motivation to work out, the workout was getting harder and harder when workouts are supposed to get easier as time goes on. And she was craving food like crazy. And then what happened was week 3 and week 4 passed, and she actually gained back 13 pounds. Or no, she gained back, 10 pounds. So she gained like 5 pounds each week over the next 2 weeks doing the same stuff. And so now she was just down 3 pounds after a month and feeling bad about it, like feeling like crap. Things were moving in the wrong direction now. So she put in all this effort, only lost 3 pounds after a month, and things are moving in the wrong direction, right? So I just saw someone say, "Is this deja vu?" in the comments, and that's the frustrating part, especially for me, because my livelihood is helping people get in shape, and people think that like this is just what happens. This is a part of getting in shape. This is not a part of getting in shape. This is just when you go about it slightly wrong, or you got something else that I'm going to mention here in a second, because fact of the matter is, Olivia felt like things were out of control. It felt like nothing that she was going to do was going to work. It felt like everything that she was doing was backfiring on her. Was this worth it, right? She was feeling completely defeated, right? You do all this stuff, and in the end, you have nothing to show for it, right? Because you got to remember all the things that she was doing, which is why she felt defeated. She wasn't eating the foods that she likes anymore. She wasn't drinking pop anymore. She was eating the meal plan. She stopped going out. She was working out every day, usually twice a day. She was tracking, logging everything. It was a lot of work. She was doing a lot of stuff, right? And so what I was talking about, and this is the thing that most people are probably experiencing but don't realize it, is something that we like to call metabolic resistance, okay? If you guys haven't heard this term before, it's essentially a situation where your body becomes resistant at losing weight. It becomes harder to burn fat, even when you feel like you're doing everything right. And yeah, maybe you lose a couple pounds in the beginning, but then what happens is your metabolism slows down and gets more resistant over time, and you stop losing that weight, and then you have a slower metabolism, and when you start eating normally again, you gain all your weight back. So what happened? I mean, I don't know how many times I've heard that exact same story or seen that exact same thing play out with people around me, right? And it's exactly what happened to Olivia, and it's a tough spot to be in, right? And when you don't do anything about this metabolic resistance, it just makes everything feel like it's harder. And you're going to go through the same cycle over and over and over again. And that's why when New Year's rolls around, there's usually the same people who have those New Year's weight loss resolutions, because what they do is the same thing and never really address the core problem, which is their metabolism. And so you don't see the results that you're wanting to see, and you ultimately wonder if it's worth it, and you ultimately quit, right? And I see a bunch of people saying that This is me. Yep. Over and over. Agreed. Been there. Right. If you're not one of those people commenting, I've been there, maybe you're wondering if this is something that you're struggling with. All of these are warning signs that you are dealing with resistance being put up by your metabolism. And so cravings are a big one. Getting moody, so it affects like how you feel, irritable, getting anxious, feeling like you need to eat, can't stop thinking about food. That's a sign that one of your hormones, ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone, is like skyrocketing. Low energy, fatigued, feeling like you're fatigued all day, feeling like you need a nap after you eat lunch. That's a sign of your insulin resistance being out of whack. Workouts are getting harder to get motivated to do, but they're also getting harder to finish because you don't have the energy. You feel weak. Headaches, constipation, like literally if you finding it harder and harder to go to the bathroom, that's one of the signs. Also poor sleep. If you're not getting good sleep at night and your sleep's getting worse and worse, that's one you need to fix quickly because sleep's super important. And then obviously, if you're doing all this work and you're not seeing anything happen in the mirror, well, there's probably something going on, right? And I've already seen a bunch of people saying that they can relate to this, that they're exhausted, sleep's an issue, sleep's a big one, hit it on the head, right? I know a lot of people that can relate to this, and you guys are not alone. So like, I know a lot of people, they feel like they're alone in this. I hope now, if you're looking at the comments, you're realizing you are not alone. This is a very common issue, but it's also quite easy to fix. And so that's why I'm here, because I don't want this to happen to you guys. If you're dealing with metabolic resistance, I'm letting you know there's something we can do about that, and that you don't need to be in that frustrated position where you feel like there's nothing that you can do. You do deserve to be in good shape. You do deserve to feel good about yourself. You do deserve to smile when you look in the mirror. You do deserve to see a lower number showing on that scale. You do deserve to be in better health and not worrying about being around for your kids. You deserve to have all of this, right? And I want you guys to own that, okay? You deserve all of that. And like I said, there is a way to get that. When you know what to do, first off, when you understand what metabolic resistance is, and then you learn what to do about metabolic resistance, it becomes a lot easier to basically put fat loss on autopilot, right? It makes it this automatic thing, this natural thing, rather than feeling like you're working against your body. It feels like you and your body are finally in unison, right? And so what I'm going to show you guys, I'm about to get into these tips finally, is that whether you're doing one of our workout programs, whether you're doing one of your own workout programs, whether you're following one of our meal plans, whether you're doing whatever, this works, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the 3 strategies that are going to help you lose weight faster and also overcome metabolic resistance, okay? First tip, and I like making these titles a little weird because my first tip, first hack, is start eating more real food at every meal. And I know you might be thinking, well, Vince, I'm eating real food. I'm not eating fake food. The food that I'm eating is food, right? But truth is, when people start dieting, they start eating all this crap that is overly processed, that isn't natural, that isn't a whole food, and then they wonder why they're not losing weight and why they're hungry all the time. Because you guys have to understand that, first off, all of those, like I mentioned it earlier with Olivia as the example, when she was going to the store and she was going grocery shopping, that everything that she would buy was low fat, low carb, fat free, or just like super heavily processed because she thought it was healthy, right? All of those fat-free, low-fat, low-carb stamps, stickers on all of those foods are literally just to make money. I just want you guys to understand that. The big food corporations do not care about your health. They care about what on their label is going to help sell more product. And if people think that fat is bad for you, which, by the way, fat is not bad for you. Dietary fat is absolutely essential to burn body fat. You have to have dietary fat every single day in your diet to burn fat. That's just a fact. But fat has a bad rap, right? And so what these big food corporations do is they slap fat free on it. And now somebody who's on a diet and wants to lose weight sees, oh, that's fat free. That must be healthier than the one that's not fat free. So I'm going to buy that. And so it helps them sell more product. Okay. Stop going to the store and just saying yes to all the fat free versions and start saying yes to whole foods. Because fact of the matter is, when you're starting a diet, you want to avoid cutting your calories down too low. That's a whole nother conversation that I could have. Stop starving yourself. Okay. Like if you figure out how many calories your body burns, you want to be in a caloric deficit. A caloric deficit is how you lose weight. But the issue is when people hear the term, and I'm sure you guys have heard the term before, calories in versus calories out, right? That's how you lose weight. Yes. But the issue is if you have 50 pounds to lose or more than 50 pounds to lose and calories in versus calories out is how you lose weight, then what people think is that they need to cut their calories down super low. And the lower they cut the calories, the faster they're going to lose weight, right? Those do not align. Because what happens is your body has this thing called the starvation response. And when you cut your calories down too low, it actually slows your metabolism down. And that's why you lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds in the beginning, you hit a plateau, and then you gain all your weight back because your metabolism slowed down. So stop starving yourself. What you want to do is you want to go into what's known as a slight caloric deficit. So yes, you have to eat less calories than your body burns, but it needs to be a minimal amount. It needs to be like 20%. So like let's say normally you burn 2,500 calories a day. If you eat a 20% deficit, you're still eating 2,000 calories a day and losing weight fast and consistently. How many of you guys have what's caloric deficit? Caloric deficit is basically eating less calories than your body burns. So your body burns a certain number of calories throughout the day, and that's dependent upon your resting energy expenditure. So like literally just how many calories your body burns just doing this, like sitting at your computer, watching TV, sitting at your desk at your office. Your body burns calories doing that, keeping you alive, keeping your brain thinking, keeping your heart pumping, right? But then there's also exercise-induced calorie expenditure, and that's based on how many calories you burn during your workouts. And during your workouts, I mean, you're burning 100, 200, 300 calories, 400 calories, 500 calories max. Resting energy expenditure is going to be like 1,500 calories to 2,000 calories. So you're burning way more at rest, actually. And so those equal a number. And from there, you figure out what your caloric deficit is going to be. So you eat less calories than that and you lose weight. But you don't want to go so drastic, right? And so I'm digressing a little bit. But my point is, when you have that number of calories that you're going to eat every single day, let's say you're going to eat 1,800 calories a day, right? When the foods that you eat to make up those 1,800 calories are whole foods, whole grains, fibrous carbs like vegetables and fruits, and lean meats, and true superfoods like eggs or animal protein or healthy fats. When your food consists of those foods, 1,800 calories is so many more calories than if you're going and getting a Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwich from the freezer and heating it up, which is like 900 calories alone. 1,800 calories, you can make that be 2 meals, or you can make that 5 full meals. It just depends on the foods that you're including and how real those foods are. So stop going and buying all the processed crap and focus on that list of foods right there. And if you focus on that list of foods, you're going to be able to eat way more food, be way more full, have way more energy, feel way better, and lose weight. So like a lot of times when people get sent like a custom diet plan from us, one of the most common questions that we get is this my plan? Because they're not used to eating all that food on a diet, because when you make it real food, it's a lot more food than you realize. Okay. 1,000 calories of donuts on a plate, I would smash that. 1,000 calories of rice on a plate, there's no way I'm eating that. So there's a big difference in what the food is to make up those calories. So that's my first tip. Okay. Start eating more real food. Okay. My second tip is start eating more carbs every other day to fire up your metabolism. Okay. And this might be a pretty shocking one to some of you guys because carbs are the enemy, right? Carbs are the enemy of fat loss, right? Not true. Carbs are one of the 3 most important macronutrients. I would probably say they're the second because I think protein's number 1, and then fats I would call number 3. But carbs help to give you energy. They help to regulate your metabolism. They help with your insulin response when you're eating them in correct amounts. They help you fuel your muscles properly. So they do all these good things that you need when you're trying to get in shape. But the issue is people think that like, oh, carbs are our body's primary fuel source. So if I cut out my body's primary fuel source, I'm going to lose weight. That works for like a week or 2. And then your metabolism crashes because your metabolism is regulated by carbs and you gain all your weight back. Fact of the matter is you need carbs, but you don't have to have them every single day. So what we generally recommend is to do this thing called carb cycling. And I'm sure a bunch of you guys have heard about carb cycling before. Yes, I literally just saw a comment. So is this carb cycling? Carb cycling is one of my favorite things to recommend. If you've never heard of it, basically what you do is you go through days of low or no carb. So let's say Monday is a no carb day. Okay. So, but on those no carb days, you eat tons of fat, which is the nice thing about it because fats also make you feel the most satiated. Satiated is full. So when you eat more fats, you feel more full. And so you're eating like avocado and nuts and a bunch of, and you can eat as many eggs as you want and dark chocolate and steak and salmon. And you can have all these super fatty foods that maybe before you were like, I don't know if I should be having that. And then after that, you go into a high carb day. So Monday, let's say, is a low carb day, but you're eating a ton of fat. Tuesday is a high carb day. And so what you do is you actually inversely lower your fat intake, but crank up your carb intake. And so you're actually now allowed to eat all those high carb meals and high carb foods that you're usually not allowed to eat on a diet. And what it does is you go through days of low carb, high carb, low carb, high carb, low carb, high carb throughout the week. And what this does is it keeps your metabolism basically guessing with what's coming next because your metabolism is always going to be regulated based on what you eat. So if you eat no carbs, it's going to slow your metabolism down. If you eat a bunch of carbs or too many carbs, it's going to result in fat gain, right? And so what we do here is we go low carb to rid our body of our carb stores so our body can use fat as its primary fuel source. So carbs are your body's primary fuel source. Usually fats are usually your secondary fuel source. When you deplete your body of its primary fuel source, it's got to rely on its secondary fuel source. So what we're doing on those low carb days is depleting the carbs, making our body burn fat. The next day, instead of our metabolism adjusting to this low carb and slowing down our metabolism, we go into a high carb day. And so now we give our metabolism this temporary boost. And so your metabolism gets supercharged for a couple days. And then you go right back, but instead of doing that for too long and it resulting in what's known as fat spillover, which is where you just eat too many carbs and gain weight, you go into another low carb day, rid your body of those carb stores, and now you have a faster metabolism and your body is burning fat as its primary fuel source. So it's a beautiful cycle of burn fat, speed up your metabolism. Burn fat, speed up your metabolism. So it's amazing. It's probably my favorite diet that I've ever found or recommended to any of our clients. It gets amazing results. People like it because they do get to eat a bunch of different stuff and they get to eat carbs, which is a big bonus. And so that's my second tip, guys. Stop cutting carbs and follow. And what I would recommend is carb cycling, figuring out how you're going to go about doing this carb cycling diet in the best way that fits your lifestyle, because that's the other thing is it fits most people's lifestyles. Keto, vegan, paleo, these diets don't normally fit people's lifestyles. I preach diets that fit lifestyles, right? Because if it's not sustainable, it's not going to work. Okay. So carb cycling, super sustainable. And then my third tip is to force your metabolism to keep adjusting. Okay, so similar to how I was talking about how carb cycling makes your metabolism adjust, there's also a part of this that your body has to keep. You have to keep your body adjusting to the movement, the exercise, the activity that you're partaking in. And so I wanted to make something about a little bit about diet and then also a little bit about your exercise, because obviously exercise is super important, right? But basically your body will adapt to anything that you do for longer than 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, so every single time I'm working out or I create like my weekly workout regimen, I'm not doing that for longer than a month and a half, because my body will adapt and I will hit a plateau and I will stop getting results. And so you have to keep changing it. Very similar to how you have to keep changing up what you're eating and the food that you're intaking to keep your metabolism revved up. You have to keep your body revved up by doing the right workouts as well. And so when you do surprise your body with new workouts every couple weeks, what you're going to find is that you're constantly making progress. I used to watch my dad or my mom go to the gym when I was like 14, 15 years old. We'd always walk to the gym in the evening. That's when I started going to the gym with them. And they would do the exact same workout for forever, like years of doing the same workout, and they didn't really make any progress. And they wondered why. Well, this is why. And so change up your workouts, change up your exercises, change up your rest times. Try like EMOM workouts. EMOM stands for every minute on the minute. And so you do 15 push-ups in a minute, and then you do 40 squats in a minute. So like, it's just a certain style of workouts I wanted to use as an example. There's interval workouts, there's HIIT workouts, there's low intensity steady state cardio workouts. And so like trying all these different, and then also you could try like CrossFit, you could try F45, you could try yoga, you could try Pilates, you could try all these different classes. The other thing that's nice about this is you'll find what you enjoy doing. So that's the other thing to this that like most people don't talk about. Yes, it's good for your body, but it's also good for your brain, because you're going to find what you actually find enjoyable, and that's going to be easier for you to stick to it if you find it enjoyable, right? And then the same thing, I threw in cheat days down at the bottom, because cheat days are one of the best ways to confuse your metabolism. A lot of people think that like cheat days are like this outdated thing where like it's I don't know, it's poison for the body and they're not supposed to do cheat days. Cheat days are one of the best things that you can do when you hit a plateau. A properly structured or timed cheat day is going to be one of the best things that you can do for your metabolism, because your metabolism is going to slow as you are in a caloric deficit. It's going to slow a lot faster if you're starving yourself, but over time it's going to need that rev. That's why we like to do carb cycling, because we're essentially doing a mini cheat every other day, but sometimes you just need a full-blown cheat. And so like usually on my Saturdays or my Sundays, I will have a full-blown cheat. And that allows me to first off get in a good mental headspace, because I just had all the foods that I enjoy having. But then it also sets me up for success for the next week, because now my metabolism is revved up. So another great way to confuse your metabolism and keep the results coming, right? That's my third tip. Now I wanted to throw in a fourth tip, because this is probably my favorite thing that I've ever talked about on any webinar or presentation. And my fourth bonus tip is to avoid dangerous potholes in the first 30 days. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is focusing on things that you do not control and not paying attention to the things that you do control. Because fact of the matter is, we're all impatient, right? We all have goals, right? It's important to have goals. I also think it's important to be impatient, because it gives you that sense of urgency. But with that, when people say, for example, let's say people have potholes as like a roadblock or something that holds you back, for whoever was asking right there, Justin. But I just got distracted. With like any type of goal setting or weight loss journey that you're starting on, you have to have a goal. Let's say your goal is to lose 50 pounds and you want to lose 50 pounds by the summer, right? So let's say you have 5 months to lose 50 pounds. You want to lose 10 pounds in a month. Okay, well, people are so fixated on that goal of losing 50 pounds that they're not focusing on all the things that actually result in losing 50 pounds. And so what they're focused on is what the scale says. And so they're starving themselves, they're going to the gym and they're doing cardio every single day. And then they step on the scale, and by the end of month 1, let's say they lost 6 pounds. They're mad about that now because they wanted to lose 10 pounds. And so instead of celebrating the fact that they just were successful in sticking to their plan for a full month, they're only mad because they didn't lose 4 more pounds than they did. When in reality, you need to set your brain up for success. You need to focus on the things that you can control, and it will make you a much happier person. And studies show that it works a lot better when you celebrate small wins along the way. Okay? And so what I mean by this is, what are your controllable factors, right? Because how much weight you lose is not a controllable factor, okay? That is an outcome driven by the things that you do control day in and day out, okay? The things that you control day in and day out are how many times a week you work out, how many meals you're eating per day, and are you sticking to your diet? What days of the week are you meal prepping? How much water a day are you drinking? How much sleep are you getting per night? So what time are you going to bed? What time are you waking up? So those are controllable factors. And truth is, when you focus on eating the meals that you're supposed to eat, meal prepping on the days you're supposed to meal prep, eating the meals that you're supposed to eat, working out on the days you're supposed to work out, drinking the water you're supposed to drink, and getting the sleep you're supposed to get, those are going to result in the most consistent weight loss of your life, as long as you're going about them the correct way. If you focus on those 4 pillars right there, you're going to get in amazing shape, okay? It may not be month 1, but it will happen. But what you need to do is you need to focus on those things, and you need to celebrate the small wins along the way. Did you meal prep on Sunday and Thursday like you said? Good for you. That's a win. Did you eat all 4 meals of your meal? Did you eat all 4 of your meals today and not slip up and eat any, candy or cookies when at your work, at your work's Friday party or whatever it is? That's a win. Did you drink a gallon of water today? That's a win. Did you get in bed by 10 p.m. so that you could wake up at 6 a.m. and get your 8 hours of sleep? That's a win. The issue is people are not focusing on these small wins, and so they're not getting any of that dopamine that comes from doing the things that you're supposed to do. And then the other thing is, when you're doing these things and you're focused on these things, you're going to look up after a month and the weight that you lost is just a bonus. You're going to have done all the things. You're going to have built the foundation that you need to build that will result in long-term consistent weight loss. Because guys, a lot of you guys have been doing this, been trying to get in shape for months and months and months, if not years, if not decades. Okay? You're not going to fix all your metabolic issues in 3 weeks. It's just not going to happen. But what you can do, and studies have shown this, is you can build new healthy habits in 3 weeks. There have been studies that have shown that healthy habits, there have been a bunch of studies on it, and there's different times. Generally, I believe it takes 3 weeks or 21 days to build a healthy habit. But what happens is, and this is why the New Year's rush, New Year's fitness resolutions is such a popular thing, because what people are doing is they start on January 1st, and then there was a study done that said that like 94% of people quit their New Year's weight loss resolutions in the first month. 94%. That's, I just lost my comments. That's like almost everybody, right? And that's why every single year people start it again, because what's happening is they're starting their plan and they're putting in all this work week 1, week 2, maybe week 3, and then they're quitting because they're not losing weight fast enough. Well, guess what? You just did the hardest part of a weight loss journey, which is getting started. Those first 3 weeks are by far the hardest part. The first 30 days of anything are the hardest 30 days. The second 30 days are going to be way easier than the first 30 days. But if you don't allow yourself the time to build those healthy habits, to make that new routine just a part of your life and something that you can actually stick to and enjoy, and you get that dopamine hit, that happiness from doing those small things, getting those small wins along the way. If you don't allow yourself that, you're going to quit after the first couple weeks, and you're going to be the person that's constantly making this New Year's resolution to lose weight. Stop doing the hardest 3 weeks over and over and over again, and just focus on staying in your own lane, focusing on what you need to do, taking one step every single day and getting 1% better every single day. You don't have to lose 20 pounds in the first month. You don't have to lose any weight in the first month if you're doing what you need to do day in and day out, because guess what? That weight will fall off eventually. Once your metabolism is healthy, once your hormones are healthy, once you're in a good routine, you're going to lose all the weight you could ever want to lose. But you have to adapt your lifestyle to this, and you have to celebrate the small wins along the way. So my fourth tip, avoid potholes by focusing on things that you can control and stop focusing on just the weight lost. Okay, you're going to lose weight if you do everything that you need to do, but if you don't do everything you're going to need to do, you're not going to lose any weight. Okay, that's my fourth tip. Hopefully you guys like it. And this is why I recommend a reset phase in your first month, because like I mentioned, your first month is the most important month by far, hands down, because you've been through years and years and years of yo-yo dieting, killing yourself with your workouts, killing your metabolism, making your hormones all out of whack. And so you have to set your body up for success moving forward, right? You have to prep your body for the fat loss that is to come, okay? And you have to do this with, first off, a food detox. So yes, you have to, for the most part, I always like to follow an 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time, yes, you do have to go through eating healthier options, eating these real whole foods, right? You can't just eat Oreos and cookies and stuff for every single meal. 20% of the time, yes, you can eat that. 80% of the time, you got to be realistic, right? And then you also have to help to start reprogramming those hormones. Like I said, years and years and years of yo-yo dieting and killing yourself on a cardio machine is going to mess your hormones up, and poor sleep and stress and all that. When you actually start taking care of yourself and you start resetting those hormones, it's going to set you up for success moving forward. You also got to get your appetite under control. In the beginning, you're going to feel a little hungry. It's just fact of the matter is your hormones are all out of whack. Your ghrelin hormone is out of whack. Your leptin hormone is out of whack. So what we need to do is we need to get that ghrelin down. We need to get that leptin up by eating the right foods at the right time and doing the right type of activity. Once you do that, you're going to find you're not getting hungry anymore, okay? Yeah, you'll get cravings here and there. That's human, but you're not just going to be starving all the time right after you eat a meal. And then we also need to change your relationship with food and workouts. Okay, that's a big one. A lot of people have a really poor relationship with food. They don't understand that they can eat food. They have a really bad understanding of what's required to work out. And then when you fix that relationship, it sets you up for success moving forward. Okay, now those are the three things that I just shared right there. Okay. To help you get faster results. You got to start eating more real food. Also, I mentioned the dietary fats, so start eating more fats. You got to cycle your carbs. Carb cycling is a huge one that I recommend to pretty much every single one of my clients unless they ask for a specific diet, right? And then you have to keep your body and your metabolism guessing, okay? So you're constantly keeping it confused with what's coming next so that you can continue making progress. And then the last one, the fourth bonus one, was to really focus on the things that you can control and set yourself up for success by celebrating the small wins along the way so that your fat loss actually feels like it's just happening on its own, right? You're not forcing weight loss, okay? And truth is, a lot of people mess up this. They mess this up. They end up struggling for months and months and months. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been struggling for years and years and years, but I wouldn't be on here if I didn't know that there was a better way to go about this, right? And so like just I'm a future pacer, and so I want you guys to just imagine that you do this, right? Like you're going to do this. It's 3 months from now, right? It's 90 days from now. You're no longer dealing with cravings. You're no longer struggling with your weight. You're not feeling down about yourself when you look in the mirror. I want you guys to truly envision this because manifestation is a real thing, right? I want you guys to imagine that you're feeling confident in your plan every single day, because that's a big one. A lot of people, they're following a plan, they don't feel confident in what they're doing, and then they stop getting results and they lose all confidence and they quit. You have full confidence in your plan. You're on track. There's no confusion. There's no frustration. You're not stressing about what to eat. You're not stressing about what workouts to do. You're loving what you're seeing as progress wise. You're celebrating the small wins along the way. You finally feel like things are under control, right? How amazing would that be for all of you? For everybody in the world. That would be amazing, right? So that's what I want to help you guys do, okay? And that's why one of the reasons I want to do this, I wanted to give you guys tips, but also I wanted to let you guys know that I'm opening up spots in my private one-on-one coaching program called V-Shred Accelerator Plus, okay? It's by far our best program. Basically, my team and I will take care of all of this for you, okay? Obviously, I know a lot of you guys are busy. Some of you guys got full-time jobs, stay-at-home moms. Sometimes some people got kids and full-time jobs. Some of you got multiple jobs and kids. There can be a lot of stress that comes with figuring out what to do. And so we want to take that stress away from you so that you can just focus on what you need to do and get results. And as long as you follow the blueprint that we provide, you just see progress week in and week out. Just like it has and I wanted to throw in a couple clients of ours just so you could see that we've worked with every type of person under the sun, okay? Every single one of these people came to us frustrated, not knowing what to do, and we figured out what the best approach was for them, and we got them the results, sometimes a lot better results than they even thought was possible, okay? And so today, we have a very limited number of spots, and that's why I wanted to like really make this urgent to you guys. It's February. I'm sure you guys can imagine that January and February are our two busiest months of the year because we're a fitness company, right? So we're busy right now. So we have 50 spots available, and we wanted to break that up, 25 for guys, 25 for girls, for women, and that's it. Once those spots are filled, they are filled. I do not know when the next ones are going to become available. We literally saved those for this. So once they're filled, I'm not sure. So there's how many people on this call? I can't even see. When last I looked, there was like almost 2,000 people. So we got 50 spots, okay? So it's basically first come, first serve. We don't have unlimited number of coaches, and we have to give you guys the attention that you deserve, so we can't load every coach up with 50 people. So you have to limited number of spots. But basically how this works is you get your own coach, like I said. So you get your own trainer who is there with you, who's going to be there to support you. He or she is going to also make your custom meal plan, and your custom workout plan. So if you have any dietary restrictions, if you live in a certain part of the country, you don't have access to a food, if you have an allergy, same thing with your workouts. If you have an injury, if you have limitations, if you don't have access to a gym, if you want to do home workouts, whatever, what you enjoy doing, if you want to follow keto, whatever. They make a plan so that and you guys work together to make sure that you're absolutely over the moon thrilled with what that plan is, and you're looking forward to following it, and it's something that you can actually follow. We're not looking to send you a plan that you're like, I have to follow this. No, we're looking for a plan that you're going to actually enjoy, okay? So that's the first thing. We're also going to make it so that your metabolism is going to get completely reprogrammed, because we're going to start feeding it the nutrients that it needs to actually speed up. And we're going to be working on your mindset throughout the first 30 days, especially we have a couple of different science-backed approaches that we use for that. And again, you're not going to have to worry about figuring out anything on your own. There is zero guesswork needed from you. And I usually like to use the example of I recommend a coach to anybody for anything that they're not an expert in or they don't want to become an expert in. I don't like doing taxes. Not an expert at doing taxes. So I get someone who can do my taxes for me and saves me the frustration and also probably saves me more money. And so same thing here. You're going to get the frustration and the stress removed, and you're probably going to lose way more weight, right? And we'll also personally guide you. We have a 3-phase transformation method that we generally like to go by for pretty much every single person. And it's an amazing 3-phase program. And I'll tell you guys about it here in a second. But also, and this is probably the coolest part of this program, is we literally guarantee your transformation. We guarantee that you will lose weight by the end of April 2023. Yes. Or is it April? Yes, we'll guarantee by the end of April 2023 you will lose weight, or we will give you your money back. That's how confident we are in our team of coaches. That's how confident we are in this program. And that's how confident we are in you guys that when you do what you need to do, you're going to get the results that we're ready for you to get and that I'm sure you're ready to get. And these are a couple examples I wanted to throw out there real quickly. I'm also trying to get you guys back to your day. Just wanted to throw these just to show you guys what is possible, because a lot of people think that weight loss isn't in the cards for them. My dad actually told me one time that before he actually got in shape this last time with one of our programs, that he just was about to give up. And so another thing that I want to say, guys, is I mentioned this at the beginning. This isn't for everybody. And a lot of you guys who are watching this right now, you might be thinking, hey, you just gave me a bunch of information. I'm kind of in a place right now where I got a bunch of free time and this doesn't sound that stressful, so I'm going to go try to do it myself. If that's you, no, I got nothing but a cap tip for you, or a hat tip, whatever it's called. I got nothing but respect for that. If you want to go do this yourself and you want to figure it out along the way, awesome. But I've also been doing this long enough to know that there's a lot of people who don't have that time, or that the just the mental, like the availability to try to figure this out on their own. We got a lot of parents who come to us for help, or people with stressful jobs, or they're not even sure what to do to get started if they wanted to start on Monday, which usually results in them hitting a plateau. Or if you've struggled with diets in the past, possibly could need a little extra help with your metabolism because of your history of yo-yo dieting. Or if you do have a lot of weight to lose, you might need something that's a little more drastic with the approach, but not overly drastic, right? And fact of the matter is, for a lot of you, metabolic resistance is probably happening right now, and I like to consider us experts in how to address that and break through that. And so you could do it on your own, and if that's you, awesome. If not, this is your chance to let us take care of it for you. We want to get you to where you want to go faster and easier than you probably ever thought it was possible. And so, like I said, yeah, I thought it was May, because 3 months from now would be May, because this is a 90-day program, right? And so by May 2023, I want you guys to imagine that you guys are down a few dress sizes or down a few pant sizes. You're not stressing about your diet. You're not stressing about your workout plan. Weight loss is just happening. It feels like this is just a part of your life now. You just lose weight by doing the things because you're a new human now. Everyone's commenting on how great you look. You're feeling good about yourself. You're not necessarily that person who's antisocial anymore because you don't have the confidence. You're walking around with a different strut. You're feeling like a new version of yourself, right? And like I said, how this works is we give you a personalized program that's going to get you the best possible results in the shortest amount of time, where you don't have to worry about figuring out any of it. Any of it. We take care of everything for you, make adjustments along the way. We give you a coach that's by your side 24/7. We give you customized meals, customized workouts, customized supplements tailored to you, sent to you for all 90 days. And these are all based on science. This is not he say, she, hearsay, anything like that. This is all based on science, and we give you the support that you need and the accountability that you need, which is super important to stick to it along the way. And that last sentence right there is super important. This is our commitment to you guys as much as it is your commitment to us or your commitment to yourself, because we're guaranteeing your results. And we understand how serious this is for a lot of people. So here's a couple of reviews if you guys wanted to read these really quickly. People just saying that they're in better shape than they were in college. And my dad's actually in better shape than he was in high school. And people saying that they wanted to lose 50 pounds. They've lost 40 so far, and that's just in 90 days. But like I said, I wanted to mention the 3 phases. So we have a 3-phase transformation method. The first one, the reset. I already mentioned the reset. Basically, you're trying to get your metabolism running again, right? The second phase is when you get that metabolism running a little bit, and now it's time to prime your metabolism for faster results. And we focus on getting you stronger so your metabolism could be even faster. We focus on appetite control. We focus on craving control. We focus on getting your fat-burning hormones, getting that ghrelin down, that leptin up. And we focus on getting better results in month 2, because month 1 is going to set you up for month 2, and month 1 and month 2 are going to set you up for month 3, because month 3 is what we call the transform phase. This is where everything is dialed, right? You've been doing this for 60 days now. Everything's dialed. Your carb cycling's dialed in. Your workouts are dialed in. Your routine is dialed in. You're not dealing with cravings anymore. Eating healthy is just a part of your life now. You know when your cheat days are. Your hormones are all balanced now. You're not getting these feelings of starvation right after you eat. And you're seeing some insane changes happening now. Okay? So that's the 3-phase method. All right? So here's everything that you get. First off, you're going to get an entire diet plan and workout plan customized for you by one of our elite coaches. So there's no guesswork. Everything is done for you, and weekly progress is expected. Okay? Expected. And we have the best group of coaches in the world. Of any company in the world, we have the best group of coaches. These people have been hand-selected. They talk the talk. They walk the walk, as you can see. This is just a handful of them. And, I mean, these people have written books, some bestsellers, PhDs, doctors, registered dietitians. These people are people are way smarter than I am and know their stuff and love working with you guys and actually care. And that's a big thing. Is a lot of people, maybe they're qualified, they don't care. Our team cares, okay? And then you're also going to get, like I said, a customized supplement stack sent to you every single month. And so you and your coach will work together to figure out where the holes are in your plan. And if you need a protein powder, if you need a greens powder, if you want to go with some probiotics, some digestive enzymes, apple cider vinegar gummies, if you want to go with our fat burner, if you want to go with our test booster, if you want to go with our sleep support supplement, pre-workout, whatever it is, they'll figure out what that stack is that you want to do. And we'll send it to you every single month for those 3 months, shipped to you for free. You're also going to get, like I said, the support that you need, because I think support is one of the most overlooked facets of getting in shape. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give you text messaging and voice messaging access to your coach 24/7 for 90 days. So if you have any questions about anything, you can literally just send them a text and you'll get a response quickly. Or if you're like driving or something and you want to send a voice note, you can send them a voice message and get a message back really quick so that you can have any question answered. If you're traveling, if you have a spur of the moment trip, if you forgot to go grocery shopping and you have to go, I don't know, you're going out to lunch with a coworker, send them a quick text, get your question answered, and you get that for all 30 months. Also, if you're old school, you have unlimited email coaching for all 90 days. And then you also get a one-on-one Zoom call with your coach. And so you guys can build that rapport, get to know each other better. They can also hold you accountable face-to-face. People love these Zoom calls. And then you're also going to get a bunch of bonuses if you guys do sign up. And so you're going to get all invitations. So you're essentially going to be a VIP moving forward. And so the VIP means that you're going to get invitations to all of our events, all of our webinars just like this. You're going to get a shopping list. You're going to get a recipe guide that has like 50 recipes in it. You're going to get access to our at-home workout library, which has hundreds of exercises in there. Shows you how to do exercises, shows you which ones you can do instead. Sculpt Nation discounts after the 90 days is up. So you'll get them for free for 90 days, but then you'll get a discount from there on out because you're VIP. And then you'll just get access to any kind of like exclusive sale that we got going on, early access sales going on, secret sales going on, exclusive offers for VIP only. And yeah, so you get a bunch of stuff with this. But more than anything, I think you get peace of mind, because there's no price tag that you can put on peace of mind, right? You get the confidence knowing that what you're doing is what you should be doing, and you're going to get results. And then as the results come, you just feel good about it. And imagine if you just do that for the next 30 days, how you feel. Imagine if you do that for the next 60 days. And imagine if you do that for the next 90 days, by the end of April, how you will look and how you will feel if you just do what your coach tells you to do. It's as simple as that. And a lot of people, they get hesitant because they feel like this, like fitness is investing in themselves is selfish. Fitness and investing in yourself is the best thing that you can do for your body. Neglecting your fitness and your health is selfish, because then you can't be around for your kids. Okay, this can have a positive impact on, usually what I find is when I'm on fire with my fitness, I'm on fire with everything else in my life. It's this chain reaction, and it's going to affect every single area of your life. I believe that to my core. It's going to have a positive impact on your kids. They're going to see how healthy you live, on your family, on your spouse, on your loved ones, and ultimately on you and your happiness and how you feel about yourself. Okay, that's a big one. And so my question is, if I could give you all that right now, if I was dangling the keys for you to your dream body, would you take that? Would you take these keys right now? My guess is, and I don't even have to guess, everybody's loading the comments up with yes, absolutely. Well, that's what I want to do, guys. I want to give you these keys right now. Okay? We are guaranteeing everything that I just went over. We're guaranteeing all of your results. We're going to give you the customized workout plan, the diet plan, the supplements, the support that you need, the accountability that you need, plus all the bonuses. And we're guaranteeing that you will lose weight, or this whole thing's free. It's as simple as that. And all you have to do, by the way, to start your journey here is just take our free assessment. It's a free metabolic assessment, and you have to see if you qualify, okay? Because like I said, this is not for everybody. You definitely have to qualify for this. And like I said, we only have 50 spots. So there's thousands of people in here, thousands of comments, people excited, right? People saying they did this the other day already. That's awesome. People wondering what the link is. The link is right there. So go to www.vshred.com/coachme. All right. That's all you have to do. Just write that down. Write down this link. Or actually, I think we can. Let me see if I can pin this. No, you can't pin. Also, my team's in the comment section dropping the link if you guys just want to click that. It's the one with the fire emojis. Click that link, or just write it down in a notepad, write it down on your phone, write it down on put it into your computer. www.vshred.com/coachme. That's all you have to do. Go there, take the metabolic assessment, and basically what this metabolic assessment is you just answer a few questions about yourself, right? You answer a couple questions about what your diet history looks like, how much weight you want to lose, and then a couple other questions. And what we do then is we figure out what your metabolic score is. The metabolic score basically will tell you what that means, and we'll show you ways to improve your metabolic score if it's low. Because if your metabolic score is low, it probably means that you have dealt with yo-yo dieting in the past. You have dealt with losing weight and gaining the same 10 pounds over and over again. You have dealt with cardio-stricken routines that have completely destroyed your metabolism, right? So we'll figure out what your metabolic score is. We'll give you tips on how to improve that score, and you can hop on a call and you can find out if you qualify for the program. And if you do, then you have the option if you want to claim your spot or not. And that's the cool thing is you're not on the hook for anything. The metabolic assessment is free, okay? From there, if you don't qualify, it's probably a good thing because it means you have a high metabolic score. If you do qualify, now you know you can sign up if you want to, but you're not on the hook. So my recommendation is everybody, guys, every single person, just go to that link and just take it. It's a free assessment. And from there, you'll know whether or not you qualify. And then you can make a decision on whether or not you want to move forward with this or not, right? And then also for this call specifically, for this presentation specifically, for all of you guys being here with us, we have a huge discount going on for this weekend only. So if you guys are interested, everybody who books a call for this weekend, you are going to qualify for $1,000 off this program, which is a massive discount that we do not normally offer. Okay, we've only offered this, I think, once ever before this. So I don't know when we offer this again, if ever. It's only for this weekend as of right now. So get in on this, guys. Like I said, just book a call and see if you qualify. You got nothing to lose. Also, for anyone who joins in the next 24 hours, you also get a couple different bonuses, I guess more bonuses. You get an opportunity to add customized upgrades. So we actually partnered with a company called Trifecta, which is, I don't know if you guys have heard of Trifecta before, but basically you get pre-made meals sent to your door for 40% off and free shipping. And then you're also going to get a dedicated concierge support line that you can ask questions along the way, and you have the option to break this up into payments because we want to make this affordable. We don't want we don't want money to be a reason that anybody doesn't do anything, and so you can break this up into a 6-month payment plan, a 12-month payment plan, or a 24-month payment plan, which makes this more than affordable than even a gym membership. And so if you guys want to, that's available right now. It's through a firm. Again, www.vshred.com/coachme. And again, this is a little bit about Trifecta. If you guys have not heard of Trifecta, they have some amazing meals. I see people saying that they have tried Trifecta and they're loving it. But yeah, Trifecta is basically a meal prep company where they have chefs selecting their menu and making their meals. And basically every single week they have this rotating menu of those chef selected meals where it's all real foods. So you're going to be eating more real foods, like I said. And these are all ready to eat. You pop them in the microwave. They're really good. And your V-Shred coach can help work with you to figure out what meals are going to be best for your plan. And they have all different types of meals. They have keto, they have vegan, they have clean meals, they have high protein meals, paleo meals, and it all gets delivered straight to your door. So you don't have to go grocery shopping. You don't have to cook. There's no dishes to clean. You get it shipped right to your front door every single week, and you save a bunch of time with that, and you save a bunch of stress and a bunch of cleanup. So it's a cool little partner that I'm really excited about. And I already mentioned it once, but I want to mention it one more time. Guys, February is part of our biggest season. This is our second biggest month because January is obviously our biggest month. So we're busy right now, guys. We only have so many trainers and we only have 50 spots. So once those 50 spots are filled, they are gone. I do not know when the next spot's open. Okay. So lock in your spot at this discounted rate before we start putting people on a wait list. Okay. www.vshred.com/coachme. Save that link. Go to that link. And normally I would play this video, but I am way over time and I'm getting yelled at by my team. But basically these are just reviews of like Summer. She's awesome. She's not a stay-at-home mom. She's actually a mom of, I believe, 2 kids, and works a full-time job. And she lost 70 pounds in 7 months, and just is a completely different human now. And then, yeah, you're not gonna be able to hear that. And then same thing here. Brandon, I really enjoyed my call with Brandon. This is another interview that we did. Basically, he had tried different workout routines, different diets. Nothing was really working. And he started following this, and he started getting into some really impressive shape. And then I want to find the picture of the after, because look at that. Dude is shredded. So he's like, I want to say he's like late 40s, early 50s. I forget the exact age. But guys, age is not the thing, okay? Age is not a factor here. All right? So everybody can get in shape, and payment plans are available. So this is affordable to everybody. Go to www.vshred.com/coachme. And I'm going to run through these Q&As real quick. I think we have 4 of them. Maybe 5 of them, and then I'm going to announce the $500 winner. So I'm going to get you guys back. First off, how can I guarantee your results? I can guarantee your results because everything's customized. And we have this down to a science. We are not new to this. We've been in business 8 years now. We've helped over 4 million people. I've had thousands of people go through this program specifically, and we guarantee your results because we know what we're doing. And we make adjustments along the way, and we have the best trainer coach, or we have the best team of trainers in the world. And so, yeah, I mean, if you don't get results in the first week, we make an adjustment and we get you results in the second week. And so, but I'm assuming most of you see results in the first week. But regardless, we guarantee that you get results. Okay. Now, if you already have a custom diet plan, you might be wondering, is this the same thing? This is not the same thing. This goes way beyond just a custom diet plan. Custom diet plan is cool, shows you what to eat, but you're not getting the level of support and accountability that you get with this. You're not getting the training plan. You're not getting the supplements. You're not getting all the bonuses. You're not getting all the stuff that comes with this next level program. And this will run for the next 90 days. Usually the custom diet plans, I think, work on like a 30-day schedule. So, no, it's not the same thing. This is by far our most in-depth program that we've ever created. How long until you see results? I can't give a straightforward answer on this. Like I said, some people see results literally in the first couple of days because they go from eating crappy, high processed, high sodium foods, and they drop like a bunch of water weight in the beginning, and they already look thinner. They already look more dry, and they lose a couple pounds. Normally it's water weight in the beginning, but then what they do is after they start eating properly, their metabolism gets sped up. They balance out their hormones. That's when they start actually losing weight. So some people will see results in the first week, but regardless, I'm confident everybody will see results in the first month, no matter what. And if you don't see any results, guess what? You get your money back, and this whole thing was free anyways. But again, focus on the things that you can control in the first 30 days, right? Can you do this on a payment plan? Yes, we have the option to break this up into payment plans through Affirm into 6, 12, and 24-month payments. So super affordable for everybody. And then can you start this later this month? I can't give you an answer here because I want to say yes, but the answer is probably no. We only have a certain number of spots available for this, and I can't guarantee that spots are going to be available on any given day. And I know for a fact spots will not be available later on this week because we got a bunch of people on this call, and, these spots are going to fill up. We only got 50 spots. And so we've done these before. We've done these calls before, and they fill up in the next couple of days every single time, no matter what. And then how do you get the upgrades? Upgrades are automatically included. If you guys sign up this weekend, you get everything that I talked about. And like I said, guaranteed results. And again, payment plans are available. www.vshred.com/coachme. Go there. And then last thing, I did not forget who's going to win the $500. And before I shout out the name of the winner, I just got the winner from my team. I just want to say thank you to everybody for being here. And I just want to bring to light the fact that we're all winners if we took one thing from this call. And so like me and my business partners and my friends, if we're reading a book, if we're listening to a podcast, if we're going to a seminar, if we're listening to a webinar, if you learned one thing from that, if I go to a 3-4 day seminar and I learned one thing, it's a success. So I win, right? If you take one thing from this, I hope everybody feels like a winner.